Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Chris Maloney back with you for another edition of CWN Predicts AEW Dynasty, taking place live tonight, 8 o'clock p.m. on pay-per-view. Yes, pay-per-view. Anyway, 8 o'clock p.m. tonight, Bleacher Report pay-per-view, Triller TV, as well as the YouTube. I checked out the YouTube pricing. It said $39.99 on Triller, and I went over to YouTube. It's $49.99 Canadian. So I guess $39.99 would be stateside for Triller. Anyways, about $50 pay-per-view. Definitely well worth it when you look at the amount of matches taking place. 3 on the 0 hour, so to speak, and 0 hours live tonight, 6:30 p.m. Bleacher Report pay-per-view, social media, and Triller TV. Social media includes X, Facebook, as well as YouTube, of course. Yes, taking place from the Chevettes. I want to say I pronounced that right. Chevettes Arena in St. Louis, Missouri. The setup, according to WrestleTix, is about 6,700 people, and I think they're only about 500 seats away from being sold out for that setup. So not too bad, not too shabby. Should look good tonight, and like I said, a lot of matches on hand tonight. Like I said, 3 on 0 hour, 9 on the main card, 12 in total. And pat myself on the back for yesterday because I got one of the 3 right. Obviously, Broken Matt Hardy showed up. Mike Santana showed up. But yes, we saw the return of Sami Callihan last night. And as far as my predictions go, and forget about that Steve Maclin match because that wasn't on there. My predictions, I went 10-1. The only one I was wrong with regards to was Eric Young and Kazarian with regards to the Full Metal Mayhem match. So 10-1 yesterday. So I'm gonna see if I can try to do the same today. Some of them I'm gonna be a little bit biased on, partial. But fact is, when it comes down to it, it's going to be a good show tonight. And like I said, $50 well worth it for the amount of matches you're going to get to see. So, and one other announcement. So I was going to do this at 3 o'clock today live. And then I was thinking, well, I've got plans with my wife and my 5-year-old. So it's like, it's not going to work out. I thought about recording the show and then doing like a premiere. But I was like, why go through all that work? I'm going to record myself just to be able to re-upload it and have people be able to watch at 3. So if you want to watch at 3, go ahead. But that is why I'm going live here at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern time from London, Ontario, Canada. So I'm going to get into the matches, some thoughts as well. And if you're watching, listening, thank you very much as well. I'm enjoying the stats and looking forward to predicting this one here. So 0 hour taking place tonight, 6:30 p.m. They got to change that name, 0 hour, and it starts at 6:30. So 90 minutes apparently is 0 hour to AEW. But anyways, long story short, 3 exciting matches taking place as well as the rundown for the pay-per-view itself. Tag team match, Orange Cassidy, Katsuyori Shibata. See, I can say some of these names, when I slow down, but if I don't slow down, I screw them up. Taking on Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty. See, I just did it right there. Orange Cassidy, Shibata. It's going to be interesting because obviously what's going on with Orange Cassidy right now, no more title, no more friends, so to speak. Shibata, the last time I saw him wrestle was with regards to that Jericho hook thing that took place. But then you got Shane Taylor, who had a huge win. I think it was just this past week on Dynamite with regards to Orange Cassidy. Obviously, Trent Beretta getting involved there. And obviously, Lee Moriarty, I like Shane Taylor. I believe I got to see him 2019, for just the big man that he is to be able to move the way he does. But then on the other side of things, you got Orange Cassidy trying to find a new persona, so to speak, as well as Shibata. And, it's a little bit partial here, but as much as I like Shane Taylor, I'm going to say Trent Beretta's already in a match. Chuck Taylor still being injured, so I can't see anybody getting involved with regards to Trent or anybody else for that matter in this match. So I'm going to say Orange Cassidy, Shibata for the win in this one here. And eventually we're going to see it on pay-per-view, probably Double or Nothing. I would say it's going to be Beretta taking on. And would you imagine if we saw Trent Beretta, Orange Cassidy, Double or Nothing with Chuck Taylor as a special guest referee? That'd be kind of cool there. But I'm going to say, like I said, Orange Cassidy, Katsuyori Shibata for the win. Singles match coming up next. Speaking of Mr. Beretta, Trent Beretta taking on Matt Sydal. This stemmed from this past week as well. Sydal trying to come to the rescue of Orange Cassidy, get beat up with a chair, so to speak. And basically, Beretta heel turn, and his mom's not too happy with him right now. But when it comes down to it, it's I think with Beretta, I think it could be a huge single star, especially with a bad attitude. Obviously feud with Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor as well. With that being said, Matt Sydal just doesn't make sense to give him the win here. So I'm going to say Trent Beretta for the win in the singles match right there. Finally, last match announced for the pre-show, so to speak. Titles versus titles match. AEW World Trios Championship and the ROH World Six-Man Tag Team Championships are on the line. Winner takes all. You've got the Acclaimed on one side, Anthony Bowens and Platinum Max Caster with Daddy Ass taking on the Bullet Club Gold. They officially call them, not the Bang Bang Gang, but Bullet Club Gold, according to the poster, Jay White and the Guns. Now, this being said, where has Juice Robinson been? I know he's been injured, but I don't know if he's about to make a comeback, if he can make a comeback. I haven't heard much status on, with regards to Juice Robinson. So when it comes down to it, does he play a factor in this? I don't think. Well, the only other thing that could make sense is basically if Daddy Ass turns heel, aligns himself with the Bang Bang Gang, so to speak, or the Bullet Club Gold, whatever they want to call themselves. That could be scenario there. All these titles on the line, but and it has been one big swerve the whole time this has been taking place. I don't know, but I don't know. I gotta say, I'd like to see them do more with Jay White. And with that being said, they can keep him in the group, but get rid of those titles unless they bring in Juice Robinson to take over for Jay White. I mean, Jay White, think about it this way. You got Swerve Strickland in the main event tonight. Jay White should be in that picture as well. You got Adam Cole eventually going to be returning. Kenny Omega hopefully eventually going to be returning. And why not Jay White in that mix as well? He was huge in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I hate seeing him mixed up with the six-man. Obviously, he'd be part of the group. But, man, anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. Daddy Ass, the Acclaimed for the win in this one to combine the championships, ROH World Six-Man Tag, as well as the Trios Championships. That is my prediction there. The Acclaimed and Daddy Ass for the win. Whatever happens with Bullet Club Gold down the road, I don't know, but I'd like to see Jay White as a singles guy. And somebody made a comment with regards to social media about how is Jay White on the pre-show and Chris Jericho on the main card? And it got me thinking, but they should both be on the main card as far as I'm concerned. Speaking of main card, 9 big matches taking place. We go from one trios match to another trios match. We get Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, Mark Briscoe taking on the House of Black. Right here, you put the titles on the Acclaimed and the Daddy Ass, put them back on the House of Black. So the House of Black could easily feud with the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass post pay-per-view here. Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, Mark Briscoe taking on the House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, Buddy Matthews in this match here. 3 singles champions on one side against the House of Black on the other side. 3 singles champions, and it's unique because of the fact that Eddie Kingston got beat by Mark Briscoe, at ROH there for that championship there. So can the 3 egos, so to speak, can they work themselves out? Can they be a cohesive unit on the pay-per-view? Or is this basically going to be the start of basically feuds down the road? Eddie Kingston doesn't necessarily get along with anybody but John Moxley. He's got respect for Briscoe. And you got Copeland in the mix as well. But the other side of things, you get House of Black, just way too strong. So Malachi Black, Brody King, Buddy Matthews, my prediction for the win there. FTW Championship match. Hook as champion, taking on Lionheart Chris Jericho. Haven't seen the apology yet by Jericho, but I know it's out there. Know what I saw this past Wednesday. I know poor Taz took a cheap shot. Jericho, you can't trust the guy. His gimmick, his career has been all about that. You cannot trust the guy. So fact is, when it comes down to it, do you trust him in this match? I see Jericho winning the match, taking the championship off of Hook. I see the apology, and I've seen Chris Jericho apologize before. So I'm kind of guessing where it is and how it's going to go tonight. Jericho's going to play babyface, sneaky heel tactics, take the title off of Hook, but it sets up a feud as well. So I'm going to say Jericho for the win and new FTW champion in this one here. A lot of championship matches. I think there's only one that isn't with regards to the whole main card besides the trios match. So they'll make that 7. Next match, AEW International Championship match. Roderick Strong as champ, taking on the one and only Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly's comeback has been huge. It's been great to see him back in the ring. Canadian, of course, I'm a little bit biased, but that being said, tonight is not his night. The Undisputed Kingdom. You got Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, obviously Adam Cole made in that mix as well. Wardlow, I think, still part of that mix. And Roderick Strong doing well as champion. Creepy little mustache on the dude. But fact is, when it comes down to it, it's going to be a good match as long as Kyle O'Reilly is working safe, so to speak. You never want to see a guy get injured, especially a Canadian. But Roderick Strong has been way too strong with that title. Yes, pun intended. And fact is, when it comes down to Kyle O'Reilly, as much as I love to see him win this title after everything that he went through, I don't think it's going to happen. I see Roderick Strong for the win to retain in this one, and expect probably Bennett and Taven to get involved in this. TBS Championship match is next. Julia Hart taking on the one and only Willow Nightingale. Whether or not Willow does it on her own, I don't know, but she could have Stokely Hathaway, Chris Statlander by her side. Obviously, the bigger part of the picture, the future, so to speak, is Double or Nothing. Mercedes Moné waiting in the wings, so to speak. Does she face Julia Hart, or do they put that story back together with regards to New Japan Pro Wrestling? And it's 40 plus years as a wrestling fan. As much as I'd like to see Julia Hart taking on Mercedes Moné, it's not going to happen yet. It will probably happen down the road, but this is the match that it's the writings on the wall, so to speak. So Willow Nightingale for the win to take the TBS championship off of Julia Hart. Julia Hart's done, very successful with regards to the run as champ. She's done well, as a performer. Her gimmick has kind of skyrocketed, so to speak. She's, was just part of the House of Black. Now she is the House of Black, so to speak, with regards to, her image, so to speak, nowadays. But that being said, like I said, Willow Nightingale for the win in this one to set up Mercedes Moné for AEW Double or Nothing 2024. Stumbling up my words again. This is why I'm not on TV, folks. Getting paid. This is free. So enjoy it. Next match, AEW Continental Championship match. Kazuchika Okada taking on Pac. Okada is obviously the champion. I love Okada. I mean, seeing him last year against Bryan Danielson, it was absolutely cool at Forbidden Door. I've been a huge fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling for a long time now. It's always something that's interested me. To see Okada in AEW, to see Okada as champion already, it's pretty damn cool. The fact is, he's battling Pac, but Pac I don't think is going to win tonight. I'm going to say Okada because of the fact the elite, obviously, and the rumors taking place with regards to a scapegoat later on in the show. But that being said, when it comes down to it, Okada for the win in this one to keep that stable strong. So that is my prediction there. Still gonna, I'm going shopping today. I'm gonna look for that little side tablet to be able to put my notes on. Or I've got a tablet that I still think works. I just got to figure it out. Anyways, enough rambling. Where are we here? AEW Women's World Championship match coming up next. Timeless Toni Storm as champion, with Mariah May and Luther taking on Thunder Rosa. This here is interesting because of the fact you've got Thunder Rosa on one side who never lost the championship. Huge fan of Thunder Rosa as well. But then Timeless Toni Storm and everything that she's done with that title, the image, the gimmick, she's recreated herself. I remember meeting her in 2019, and it was like to see her now, to see, the whole persona change. She's done well with it. And all of a sudden you add Mariah May, you add Luther. But sometimes having people on the outside isn't necessarily great because things can mess up. Does Thunder Rosa get that title back? Like, is that the end of her story, so to speak? Because she can continuously say never lost a championship. With Mercedes Moné battling Willow Nightingale, AEW Double or Nothing, that is my prediction there, being part of that TBS championship. She's got no room to breathe right now with regards to the women's world championship. That being said, can you take the title off of Toni Storm? Yes, you can. But do they? I mean, Thunder Rosa is very strong, powerful champion. And I've kind of just changed my mind doing this. But I was going to say Thunder Rosa for the win. But no, I'm going to say Timeless Toni Storm. And the reason for it, even though she has Mariah May, even though she has Luther, I'm going to say Deonna Purrazzo gets involved, sides with Toni Storm, and that's the reason Thunder Rosa is going to lose. And then basically you see Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo in a feud there. So that's my prediction there. Timeless Toni Storm for the win. Next match could be the main event. It's been one hell of a run for these guys as of late with regards to the Young Bucks. That's the one and only Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. Now I've never wanted to punch two dudes in the face so much. And that being said, I know their characters. They're family men. They have a company to help run, whatever the case may be. But man, their characters are so friggin' annoying. Taking on FTR, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood. Ladder match, obviously, for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. This here, does Jack Perry get involved? Does Jack Perry return? Does Jack Perry as the scapegoat return, and whose side is he on? The other factor is this, and this is a little bit of hometown. So Motor City Machine Guns are supposed to be here in London, Ontario this afternoon at a Smash Wrestling event, just moments away from where I live. That being said, the rumors of them signing AEW contracts, I've seen nothing on the internet with regards to Smash Wrestling confirming that they're going to be here. I've seen nothing on the internet with regards to the Motor City Machine Guns being spotted there in St. Louis, or, hey, they've been signed, whatever the case may be. This is intriguing. So if they show up here in London, it means, obviously they're not going to be in St. Louis, so they're not going to be part of this. If the Young Bucks were to win, Motor City Machine Guns get involved and help out, that would be cool as well, because they immediately establish themselves in AEW tag team division, whether or not the FTR gets the win or the Young Bucks get the win. So because I don't know what's going on with the Motor City Machine Guns, whether or not they're going to be in the city, I don't know for sure. If it was 2 hours later, if I was doing this at 3, I might know. I might have an idea, because there's a pre-show, not a pre-show, but a VIP meet and greet taking place. Then I'd know for sure, but I don't. So that being said, because it's only one man, and that's the scapegoat Jack Perry making his return tonight, that is my prediction there. The Young Bucks for the win. Jack Perry becomes part of the elite, and basically it's now Okada, the Young Bucks as champions. Okada obviously is champion, and scapegoat Jack Perry returns to help out the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team Championship, their third time around there. So that is my prediction there. 2 more matches taking place. Singles match, the Aerial Assassin Will Ospreay taking on the American Dragon Bryan Danielson. Talk about dream match. This is going to be one of them here. It's going to be interesting because very similar styles as far as the ground game goes sometimes, but the fact is Bryan Danielson cannot do the acrobats that Will Ospreay does. Now, back in the day, he was a lot more gifted at doing that stuff, but obviously he's older now. It's still going to be one hell of a match. It's going to be interesting because Danielson's going to attempt to do ground game work, and Ospreay is going to attempt to go high fly, and they're going to have to try to meet in the middle. It's not like when I got to see Kenny Omega and Ospreay last summer, but the fact is it's still going to be one hell of a match. Looking forward to this. Everybody's probably going to call it match of the night, but will it deliver? I don't know. It's Will Ospreay and American Dragon Bryan Danielson. How does it not deliver? So that being said, who do I pick? Is it Ospreay? Is it Danielson? Danielson's rumored to have, this is it, his final year in wrestling. That being said, Ospreay, put him over. That is if I was booking AEW, that is what I would do. I would, Ospreay is the next step, the next guy who's going to run with the ball for the next 10 years. Danielson has to put him over. How he does it, I don't know. But the fact is, Will Ospreay for the win in this one could be match of the night. A lot of people probably going to agree it's going to be match of the night, but yes, Ospreay for the win in this. Danielson puts him over. And finally, guys, main event, we got the one and only Samoa Joe defending his world championship against the one and only Swerve Strickland. Prince Nana is going to be involved. It was kind of scary for Nana because of the fact Nana almost got punked out, so to speak, by Joe this past Wednesday. Luckily, Swerve made the save. But with Samoa Joe being champ, Samoa Joe doing as well as he has as champion, it's not his time anymore. Especially when you see social media, especially when you see Swerve Strickland throwing out the first pitch of the St. Louis Cardinals game with the championship in hand, and he looked good with that title. Try to remember him being back in the WWE, and it's like night and day. It's like I can't even remember what he was back in the WWE. And the fact is, when it comes down to it, he looks like a champion. He carries himself like a champion. He's established like a champion should be. And the only thing he's missing is that title, and that title comes home to him tonight. So that is my prediction there. Swerve Strickland and New, and we'll get to see Nana hopefully dance with the title, because that's everybody loves Nana, I tell you that. But guys, that is it for predictions live tonight. If I can talk, AEW Dynasty live tonight, 8:00 p.m. Bleacher Report, pay-per-view, Triller TV, YouTube, $49.99 is the price on YouTube. Canadian 0 hour live tonight, 6:30 p.m. Bleacher Report, pay-per-view, social media, Triller TV, Chevette's Arena in St. Louis, Missouri. Go through down the rundown once again with regards to my predictions. So OC, Orange Cassidy, Katsuyori Shibata for the win. Singles match, I picked Trent Barretta for the win over Matt Sydal. Trios versus the ROH World Six-Man Tag Team titles. The Acclaimed and Daddy Ass for the win in that one. Going to the main card, House of Black defeats Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe. FTW Championship match, Hook loses to Chris Jericho, so we got Ann New in that one. International Championship match, Roderick Strong beats Kyle O'Reilly. TBS Championship match, Willow Nightingale defeats Julia Hart for the win. Continental Championship match, Kazuchika Okada defeats Pac. Timeless Tony Storm wins, and I'm going to say Deonna Purrazzo gets involved and pisses off Thunder Rosa, but Timeless Tony Storm and still Young Bucks defeat FTR for the AEW World Tag Team Championships and ladder match. That's my prediction there. Scapegoat Jack Perry makes his return. It helps out the Young Bucks. Singles match, Ariel Assassin Will Ospreay defeats the American Dragon Bryan Danielson. And in the main event tonight, guys, Samoa Joe loses that title to the one and only Swerve Strickland with Nana in his corner. So, guys, those are my predictions there. Thank you very much for watching and listening. As always, check me out at Chris Maloney CWN with regards to Reddit, Instagram, X, as well as, what am I missing? Oh, Threads. Yes, Threads, of course. And as always, check me out with regards to email. If you want to email me, chris@cwnonline.ca. That has been another edition of CWN Predicts. I know I'll be back in May with regards to more. But it's a little bit of a break as far as Predicts goes. It's been nonstop since WrestleMania weekend. Not complaining. It's just been busy. But yeah, I'm enjoying doing this again. So anyways, guys, that is it for another edition of CWN Predicts. I'll be back sometime this week with regards to the Throwdown episode number 12, I believe it is. A Throwdown, Chris Maloney, lots to be able to talk about, especially with TNA taking place last night and the AEW taking place today. And then maybe we'll find out what's going on with the Motor City Machine Guns. Who knows? But guys, that is it for another edition of CWN Predicts. Thank you very much for watching and listening as always. And I will talk to everybody again sometime soon.